Navigating the Heart. Who is Dragging You? By Ock Soo Park. Chapter 3. Self-Control. Your ability to control yourself is the safety device to freely utilize your youth. The cause of living riotously according to your own heart. A long time ago, as an education committee member at the Suwon and Daejeon prisons, I counselled and taught the Bible to prisoners for quite a while. When I first went to the prisons, I was amazed, thinking, I read about that person in the newspaper, but here he is. In the prisons, I was able to see all the famous people who were featured in newspapers for their crimes. When I went to the Suwon prison, there was a person named Jae Sun-yu who was in charge of gathering the prisoners and assisting me. He was one of the best behaved prisoners in the prison, and he acted as the prison captain. When I would meet and speak with him, he was such a kind and pure-hearted person that you couldn't expect anything else to come out of him. I became closer and closer to him, and as time passed, I grew curious. What crime did he commit that he ended up here? Did a nice guy like him steal something? I don't think so. Did he commit fraud? I started to think this to myself. It is considered rude to ask prisoners in prison about the crimes they have committed, but my heart of curiosity grew bigger and bigger inside me. One day, the two of us were just sitting down and talking with one another. I finally asked him what crime he had committed. He had been talking very excitedly, but at that moment his face turned red and he answered, "Murder and attempted murder." I was shocked. What? You killed someone and tried to kill someone else? I could not believe it. In my eyes, it seemed that he couldn't kill a fly, so I couldn't comprehend how he was able to kill another human being. Afterwards, he told me how he ended up killing someone and how he got arrested while attempting murder. This person lived in Busan, got married, had a son, and was forming a happy family. Even though he didn't make much money from his job, it was enough for him and his family to live on without any shortcomings. One day, however, he could tell that there was something strange about his wife. She was hiding something from him. He became suspicious and after 1 or 2 months found out that his wife was going out dancing without his knowledge. "You should dance at home. I don't know why you have to go out to dance. In my experience, people in Africa dance very naturally in their daily lives. Therefore, people do not consider it a bad thing to go dancing. When I went to a conference in Nairobi, Kenya, one choir said that they would come and perform for me. We asked to borrow the hall at the hotel. To borrow a hall, and we prepared coffee and tea. The choir came. They sat us down and sang to us. Korean people sing with tension in their faces, but the Africans were singing so freely. The entire choir was dancing and singing together. These unique songs pulled out all the emotions from within. All of a sudden, the leader of the choir told me to come out to the front. He wanted us to dance together. I am unlearned in many things, but I am even more than unlearned when it comes to dancing. However, if I argued about not going up to the front, I thought I would ruin the atmosphere, so I just went up and tried hard to mimic the people around me. But in our country, dancing is considered something bad. When he thought that his wife was going out dancing, he felt as though the sky was crumbling down. He threatened his wife, he begged her, and he even pleaded, "Please stop going dancing. Please stop going out." However, he could not control her. He found out that it was his older sister-in-law who enjoyed dancing, and she was taking his wife with her. When you get married because of your wife. Nobody gets married because of the sister-in-law, correct? One day, This man went to his sister-in-law. "Please, I beg you, stop taking my wife out dancing," he sincerely requested. The sister-in-law replied, "Who do you think you are? You took my little sister, and all you have done for is made her suffer. How dare you tell me what to do?" She then poured degrading words all over him. At that moment, this man, he just snapped and flipped out. After a while, when he had returned to his senses, there was a knife in his hand, and his sister-in-law was lying dead in front of him. With the knife in his hand, he said, "I'm going to kill everybody in this family," and continued the chaos. "It's all over now. You will die, and I will die," he said. As he explained the situation, he was telling me, "Even now, I can't really believe that I killed my sister-in-law. Surely the knife was in his hand, and the blood was on his knife, and he saw that his sister-in-law was dead. In that short moment, when he had lost his mind, that's what had happened. He received his judgment and was sentenced to die. Even though his family hired a lawyer for him, he refused. 'I'm going to die. That's the end of it. I don't need anything, so get out.' The third time the lawyer came to him, the lawyer said one thing. 'Mr. Yu, snap out of it. Do you think I came here to make money? The money I get from defending you can't even buy me one drink. I came here because I felt sorry for your life, and this is your attitude? If you don't want it, forget it.' The lawyer then calmed down and spoke to him again, saying, 'Mr. Yu, come here and sit down.' While he listened to the lawyer, he felt he was right. He went to court and was serving his sentence. He thought, 'I'm going to become a well-behaved prisoner and quickly get out of here to get my revenge. I will have my vengeance on those who have destroyed my life.' With that heart, he became a well-behaved prisoner. He eventually changed his heart and threw away his hatred and vengeance. He has since been released and has formed a new family and is now living a happy life. Even now I vividly remember everything. He said that he could feel that there was something outside of him which was leading him to the edge, to darkness and to destruction. There was this invisible tragic force he could feel that was leading his family, his children, and everything else to destruction. Through that story, I was able to know prison is not a place where some special people go. This is how people end up after committing sin. After counselling the prisoners for about 1 year, I came to know precisely why people end up in prison. Of course, this is not true in every case, but prisoners, for the most part, are people who have not lived disciplining their desires from a young age. They were dragged according to the thoughts that arose in their hearts to do the things that they wanted to do. Even though they lived diligently, in one instance they were unable to control their hearts when it came to women, money, or honour, and oftentimes the tower that they had spent their entire lives building would collapse overnight